And I want to kick it off with water. So let's kind of just get a review of water, H2O. So your daily intake of water has numerous health benefits: suppress appetite, stimulate metabolism, reduce liquid calorie intake. So instead of drinking like caffeinated beverages, obviously you can drink water instead. Remove metabolic waste. So that's kind of that inflammation thing coming into play. If you've got a lot of inflammation going on from food, you can flush that out by drinking a ton of water. Helps mobilize electrolytes during exercise. So water actually breaks down and helps mobilize the electrolytes you need for when you exercise with muscle contraction, uh, uh, sodium, potassium uptake, etc. Essential to burning fat, reduces stress, keeps skin bright and healthy, boosts brain power, and regulates blood pressure. So those are pretty basic. You can just Google that and it really pops up. But what I want to really focus in on and hone in on next is burning calories. So this is kind of fringe bro science right here. I'll flat out say that because it's so hard to get a good reading on it. But when you drink water, especially if it's cold water, you do burn calories by breaking or by essentially heating that water up to your body temperature. So all those other things that I just listed, those benefits of drinking water, you're also getting a caloric burn as well. So the thermogenesis is what it's called of water, of drinking cold water, can bring about anywhere from 50 to 100 calories per liter. So this is where kind of the bro science comes in. And I looked and I tried to find an exact number. I couldn't find an exact number. So just 50 to 100 calories per liter. Let's just go with that. Okay. So let's factor water intake into your daily burn. And I believe I've talked with some of you about this in the past, but let's say we have our steps. We have that at 10,000. So that's about 500 calories. Obviously, everyone's slightly different based on body weight. And then let's say we have a workout that day too. There's 200 calories. So right there, just steps and workout, that's 700 calories. Then if we consume 3 liters of water, and let's say the bro science is accurate on that, that's another 300 calories. So if we really, without even, I wouldn't say trying, because you got to consciously do these things, but it's not as if I'm saying, hey, go hike that 14er to burn 1,000 calories. No, these are things you can do throughout the day. Except the workout you want to do, probably do that in one sitting, but we can burn 1,000 calories by just walking, short workout, and then getting a ton of water in. So really straightforward way to tackle a daily burn. So I wanted to share that with you guys. I kind of like that concept, and whether it's accurate or half accurate, I'm going to go with it. Okay. Now, next thing I want to talk about is the purity of your water. And I was talking with someone about this the other day, as far as what her water is like, and she said, hey, I drink out of this plastic thing. And it got me thinking, hey, I haven't really talked about this. So this is kind of a big thing. I would like you guys to kind of implement this strategy if you can. Obviously, there's a lot of logistics to it. So the goal is to drink the purest water possible. Now, the water source that you want to focus in on is called reverse osmosis. This is going to be the best water source. So this is taking out basically all the stuff that goes into our water. So the chloride, the fluoride, people flush their birth control pills or just pills in general down the drain. So you might wind up getting even hormones in your drinking water. So I like to seek out the highest quality water. And they have this machine at Natural Grocers. They have this at Whole Foods. And it's just a RO, reverse osmosis machine, where you bring in your water jug. This person's got this going on right here. And then you turn it on and it fills it up, and you can't beat it. It's 25 cents per gallon, maybe 35 cents, depending on where you're at. But it's a pretty cheap way to consume the best quality water. And I'm going to contradict myself here in a second, you guys, but notice how this person's got a nice, looks like a glass container. That's going to come into factor here in a second. So not only do we want a clean water source, we want to be drinking out. Oh, sorry, I'll get to that in a second. So this is kind of what my home operation looks like. So I bought this at Costco years ago. So yeah, there's some vitamins on top there to remind Chrissy or myself to take them. So I bought this at Costco a couple years back. So I'll fill up my water jug in that machine, and then you put it in here and it delivers just ice cold water. Tastes absolutely delicious, you guys. And you can even do hot water. So it's got this little hot water switch. I think this was about $100. We got it, I want to say 7 to 6 years ago, and the thing's solid. So it's one of the better purchases I've bought when it comes to appliances for health, eating, etc. Now, here's where the contradiction comes into play. When we're drinking water, we want to consume or drink from either a glass or a metal container. So I know there's this big thing for BPA free and polymer leaching and all this stuff that comes with drinking from plastic. So BPA free is great. However, what they replaced it with is just as harmful. So don't let that BPA fool you. So if you guys are drinking out of plastic water bottles, switch that immediately. I want you to switch to either metal or glass. All right. So I'm not paid by this company. I wish I was, but Hydro Flask, they got a pretty good water bottle that's metal, and then you can get this topper for it that allows you to pretty much chug the water out of. So it's really convenient, and you can get 3 liters of water, no problem. So back to the BPA style thing. So my goal personally is to get either a reverse osmosis one for my kitchen sink or get one for the whole house. So that's the direction I'm going with my water consumption. Ideally, filling it up in a glass or metal container would be good. They just don't make them that big. So for now, I'm stuck with plastic. And the reason we want to avoid that plastic is because if you let the water sit in there, especially if it's in a heated environment, so let's say you have a water bottle in a plastic container and it's sitting in your car for days on end, that's where you're going to get that polymer leaching, and you're going to basically get those toxins leached into your water. So if you have a plastic water bottle and you leave it in your car, do not do that. Or you set it down in the sun, do not do that. So if you're going to do plastic, store it in a nice cool place where the sunlight can't get to it. And then ideally, obviously, we want to do metal or glass is going to be the preferred method right there. Okay. So that's my strategy with water, you guys. Pure source, pure container, and that's going to eliminate as many toxins as possible from water.